Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing, call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
Hi, George Miller here. I'm proud to be your Republican candidate in the 90th District. I would be honored to be re-elected to serve you once again. I strongly support our Second Amendment rights. I am pro-life, and I'm a constitutionalist first. A vote for George Miller is a vote for veterans, farmers, teachers, law enforcement, and our service personnel. We must protect our freedom and our children. I am open, transparent, and will work for you. Learn more at checkingeorge.com. Vote George Miller in May.
Paid for by George A. Miller.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball!
It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Modern Realty Results, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and the Skinner Law Firm.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you got a projected time you're going to be ready for them to get going?
We welcome you in here to Waccamaw High School. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Spencer Dupuis for the Mingo Bay Classic. Our cameraman is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Avery Newport. It is game number 2 for us, day 3, as we welcome you into the countdown to first pitch, brought to you by Cody's Body Shop at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg, where you get the work done right the first time. Call them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. It is the Spring Mills Cardinals taking on the Bishop O'Connell Knights. Bishop O'Connell 2-0 here in the Mingo Bay Classic. Spring Mills 0-2. And Bishop O'Connell, this is the third team that they get to play from the Eastern Panhandle. It was a 3-1 win for them against Jefferson day one. And yesterday they got another win as well against Martinsburg. And I'm trying to remember the final score off the top of my head. I believe it was 7-2, maybe 8-2. I'd have to double check here on Game Changer.
7-2.
7-2, there you go. And Spring Mills comes into this game 2-15, and as I said, 0-2 here at the Mingo Bay Classic. As we look here at the games that they've had so far, it was a loss yesterday by a final score of 11-2 against High Point Christian Academy out of North Carolina, and then a 10-0 loss against Georgetown on day one. As we wait here for the game to get ready.
That'll be a little delayed start there. The prior game went into extra innings with a walk-off in the bottom of the 8th inning, I believe.
Yes, the game before
on a pass
us,
ball.
yeah, on a pass ball, had a walk-off win, and it looks like it will be Spring Mills in the light blue uniforms. So we will take a 3-minute break and then come back here for more of your Cody's Body Shop countdown to first pitch. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast, and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett. This is Rob Mario from TV 10 Martinsburg and Talk Radio WRNR. Join us on Monday, April 25th from 8 a.m. until 2 at the Holiday Inn on Foxcroft Avenue, Martinsburg for our candidate forum. We'll feature candidates from the contested races in the upcoming May 10 primary. The Admiral, Bill Stubblefield, and Jim Klein will be our featured panelists, along with Steve Pearson, the editor of the Independent Observer. The morning begins with the Berkeley County Council race between Dan Dellier and Steve Catlett. If you can't make it in person, join us live on TV 10, Facebook Live, or Talk Radio WRNR.
Welcome back here to the Mingo Bay Classic as we welcome you back into the countdown to first pitch for Cody's Body Shop and get into our Laddie's Bar and Grill coaches interviews, brought to you by Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. If you are looking for some fun nightlife and great food at affordable prices, then dine in at Laddie's or carry out by calling them at 304-263-5233. And since first pitch is at 3:15, we will only hear from Spring Mills head coach Brad Barrett. The Spring Mills Cardinals, it's been a rough start here down in Mingo Bay, but what have you liked from your team so far during the trip?
We're still competing a little bit here and there. Our pitchers are throwing strikes, doing what we're supposed to do on the mound. We just keep making a couple errors here and there, and it's kind of hurting us a little bit.
Taking on another tough team today, Bishop O'Connell, who's 2-0 right now. Have you got any chance to see how they play, and what do you expect from them and hoping to exploit?
Based on what I've seen, just from every team that's down this area, they're real competitive, well coached. Should be a fun ball game to see what happens.
Alrighty, your team, when they get back home, will be getting ready to wrap up the season. Are you at the point where you wanted the team to be right now?
Not quite, but like I said, once this playoff started, we go back to 0-0 and kind of new slate there, and we'll have to see what happens there.
Who do we get to see on the mound starting wise today?
It's going to be Tyler Cover today.
What are you hoping to see from him?
Just keep the ball in his zone. He throws a lot of strikes. Gets the ball up in the air for the guys. He's more of a contact pitcher. He'll keep it low. Pitch count like around 75, 80. Does a great job on the mound for us.
Anything that you guys have got to do having fun here other than baseball down in Myrtle Beach?
It's been a lot of baseball right now. Honestly, our time schedule has been up and down. We've had multiple games at different times of the day. So mainly just all baseball stuff for us.
All right. Anything else, Coach?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good luck.
Thanks.
Again, that was Brad Barrett, the head coach of the Spring Mills Cardinals, and we'll now get into your EPAC baseball roundup. Spencer?
Yeah, we'll get into that roundup. It's brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, Jenkinson. Over 120 years combined experience as accident, injury, and disability lawyers. Go to burkeandschultz.com or call them at 304-263-0900. We play hardball. A lot of hardball being played today. We'll start with our first game this morning, 10 a.m. contest as Martinsburg took on McClancy. They got a 9-0 victory in that one, as great time on the mound for Michael Lupus. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts through 95 pitches. Isaiah Morris came in to shut that one down in 1 inning. 2 for 4 day from Hudson Clement, who had 2 RBIs and 2 runs. He also walked. Sifford got a hit, Buber got a hit, and Canby and Asanovich, along with Paulson and Wilt, also had hits for Martinsburg. They wait to see who they get tomorrow and potentially Saturday. Now the next ball game had High Point Christian upset Jefferson 8-1 there, so Jefferson falls again. That's I believe that's 2 straight losses there for Jefferson, losing. Or not 2 straight. They won yesterday. 2. Yeah. They're 1-2 now in the tournament. Martinsburg is 2-1. Also today, Hedgesville beats Midview High School 14-4 down here. And getting ready, coming up as we mentioned, we'll have Spring Mills versus Bishop O'Connell. And then later on today at 5:30 projected start time. That's Washington travels down to Georgetown down here. To play Georgetown. That's set for 5:30. And then the one game scheduled for tomorrow right now is Hedgesville against East Rutherford. That's a 12:30 game. We'll have that game for you as we await to see the brackets for the final 2 days of the Mingo Bay Classic down here. But Colin, that was the EPAC Baseball Roundup brought to you by Burke, Schultz, Harmon, Jenkinson.
All right, let's now get into your starting lineups brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs? Call them at Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. For Bishop O'Connell, leading off is the designated hitter O'Connor. Batting second baseman number 23 Mayfield. Batting third and playing third base is McDonough. Batting fourth in center field's Lavanja. Batting fifth, shortstop is Powell. Batting sixth in right field, Roosh. Batting seventh in left field is Kijik. Batting eighth in catching is Strom. And batting ninth, the pitcher, A.J. Murray for Bishop O'Connell. For Spring Mills, leading off for them and playing center field is Herndon. Batting second, pitcher is Cover. Batting third and at first base is Gothholm. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Schwinier. Batting 5th in left field is Seitz. Batting 6th and at short is Compton. Batting 7th, the catcher, number 22, Everhart. Batting 8th and playing in right field, number 11, Custer. And batting 9th in second base, number 9, Girardin. That is your starting lineups. We'll now take a 2-minute break and then be back for the first pitch between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Play ball! The pregame is over, and we're ready for today's opening pitch and the play-by-play. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, The Heffley Motor Company, The Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, and by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Welcome back here to Waccamaw High School in Pawleys Island, South Carolina. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio is Avery Newport, and our cameraman for TV 10 is Nick Verzolini. It is Spring Mills as the away team here at Waccamaw, taking on the Bishop O'Connell Knights. And let's now get your weather brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Mostly sunny skies here, 70 degrees at first pitch. The temperature will stay in the high 60s into the evening with a light breeze outside, not too bad. It is a great day for baseball.
Back at Waccamaw here for the third day. Who knows, we may be coming back tomorrow.
We'll have to wait and see, as on the mound for the Bishop O'Connell Knights is number 6, A.J. Murray, a sophomore there from Bishop O'Connell, and it is his first varsity start. As your first pitch brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. One call will save you thousands. Call them at 304-267-9040. As we get ready here for first pitch, stepping up first for Spring Mills is number 8, Chase Herndon. Spring Mills again in the light blue uniforms, and it is Bishop O'Connell in the all-whites. First pitch swinging is Herndon. He hits a fly ball into left center field. The left fielder loses the ball in the sunlight. It goes over the head of Kijik and to the fence. It'll be a stand-up double to start things off for Herndon and the Spring Mills Cardinals.
First pitch was brought to you by the Mortgage Center on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. One call will save you thousands. Call 304-267-9040.
That'll bring up Cover for the Cardinals here with a runner on second and no outs in the top of the first. First pitch from the sophomore, A.J. Murray to Herndon, or excuse me, to Cover, as Herndon is on second base. Is a strike on the outside corner. So we are just getting started here at Waccamaw High School on day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic.
Yeah, first pitch coming around 3:17.
Next pitch, swing and a miss as the ball goes in the dirt, but Strom, the catcher for O'Connell, keeps it in front of him. It'll be an 0-2 count now for Cover. Murray steps back on the rubber, trying to get his first strikeout in varsity action. As the right-hander stretches and deals, and it is a breaking ball in the dirt. Makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitcher against pitcher here for this at bat. So we are in the top of the first inning. Murray gets the pitch call from Strom. The delivery is a fastball called strike 3. Down goes Cover, and that is the first strikeout for A.J. Murray, the sophomore from O'Connell, and it's his first one in his varsity career to bring up Gotham.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Spring Mills, you got Chase Herndon there on second. You want to bring him around to score, score some runs early, even if it's 1 run, just because you know how competitive this Bishop O'Connell team is.
Yeah, they are a offensive fire hose, and they can do it any way they want. We saw yesterday small ball was what got them the win against Martinsburg 7-2, and they were able to hit the ball wherever they liked against Jefferson in the 3-1 win as the first pitch to Gotham for a ball. Swing and a miss this time makes the count now 1 ball and 1 strike to Gotham, with a runner on second and 1 out here in the top of the first between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. Murray checks the runner behind him, kick in the delivery, another breaking ball below the knees of Gotham for a ball. As Murray gets the ball back from Strom, looks at the runner behind him, which is Herndon, after a lead-off double to left center. The pitch, and it's going to be ripped into left field. Running over to his left, or excuse me, to his right, is Kijik, as the ball goes foul down the third base line. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one had plenty of distance to be an RBI if it stayed fair, as it went all the way to the wall there in left field, which is 315 feet away from home plate, but it just kept hooking and eventually dropped foul. So 2-2 count for the third batter in Spring Mills lineup in Gotham. And he takes a off-speed pitch that stays high, makes the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to the first baseman.
Yeah, full count here. No, looking for something to hit is Gotham.
As Herndon on second takes his lead off the base. Murray looks behind him, and then back at home. The pitch, foul ball into the glove of Strom for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts will bring up Schwanier, the designated hitter today for the Cardinals.
Number 23, Nolan.
It is now 2 outs here in the top of the first, as we're scoreless between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. Runner on second is Herndon, trying not to get stranded here after a leadoff double. The first pitch from A.J. Murray will be called for strike 1 against Schwanier. Schwanier back into the right-handed box. Has a crouch stance. The pitch, a fastball, big swing, and a miss. As the first one was actually a ball, my apologies. So it is a 1-1 count now to Schwanier. Murray on the rubber for Bishop O'Connell. The pitch from Murray is fouled off by Schwanier over and out of play behind home plate. Makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. 2 out, runner on second in the top of the first for Spring Mills. Spring Mills trying to get its third win of the season in the first one here in Mingo Bay Classic. And it's a line drive into right field over the head of the second baseman, Mayfield. That's going to score Herndon as it is a single for Schwinier. Spring Mills leads in the top of the first, 1-0 over Bishop O'Connell.
Yeah, good hitting by Schwinier right there, able to bring in an RBI, an early RBI that's really needed against this Bishop O'Connell team. That's an offensive juggernaut.
That'll bring up Seitz with 2 out and a runner on first and a 1-0 lead for the Spring Mills Cardinals. A.J. Murray looks over his shoulder at the runner at first. First pitch to Seitz. It's taken for a ball. So 1-0 count now against Seitz. Fifth batter for Spring Mills in the top of the first. So they lead 1-0. Murray sets, and it's a grounder over to the second baseman who crouches down. Mayfield throws it over to Sig at first for out number 3. Spring Mills leads at the end of the first half of this inning. We'll head to the bottom of the first after this 60-second break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
A reputation for caring, a legacy of service. At Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, it's been our story since 1880. A family-owned business, we support the needs and wishes of families. We offer traditional services, as well as many options for cremation, customized remembrances, and pre-planning. Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations retains its family atmosphere and stays true to its roots. Contact us for advanced planning, or at your time of loss. We're here when you need us.
Welcome back here to the Mingo Bay Classic. We're at Waccamaw High School. It is Spring Mills taking on Bishop O'Connell. It is a 1-0 lead after Spring Mills strikes first in the top of the first inning with an RBI single by Schwinier to score Herndon, who led off the inning with a double to left. It is O'Connor, Mayfield, McDonough, the 1-2-3 part of Bishop O'Connell's lineup to start things off, as they are the home team here in this game on day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic. Bishop O'Connell in the all-white uniforms with royal blue numbers on the front and back of the uniforms, and in script cursive, the word Knights on the front of the Adidas uniforms. Jack O'Connor steps up first, the designated hitter for Bishop O'Connell. Tyler Cover on the mound, his first pitch. An off-speed one right down the middle for strike 1 to O'Connor. It is a 0-1 count, the next pitch from Cover. Outside to even the count up against O'Connor at 1-1. Connor steps back into the box. Next pitch, high and away from O'Connor. Makes the count now 2-1 strike for Cover. Cover, the left-hander, next pitch, just misses for ball 3, a 3-1 count now for Jack O'Connor. Cover takes a breath, next pitch going to be ripped into the high sky. Backing up is the shortstop, Caden Compton, into the outfield grass there and left. Makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Mayfield.
Number 23, Carson Mayfield.
Carson Mayfield, the second baseman for Bishop O'Connell, is up to bat now with 1 out and nobody on base against Tyler Cover and the Spring Mills Cardinals, as the Cardinals lead 1-0 in the first. First pitch outside for ball 1 to Mayfield. As the ball thrown back to Everhart and Cover. Next pitch, A grounder over to the shortstop, Compton. He scoops it up, throws it across to Gotham, and it is in time for the second out. That'll bring up McDonough with 2 outs and nobody on base. Spring Mills with an opportunity to put the Knights 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, and take away some good hitters here on this team.
Tyler Cover, left-hander's first pitch to McDonough is high for ball 1. 1-0 count now for McDonough. In the bottom of the first, there's nobody on base and 2 out for Bishop O'Connell. The next pitch, breaking ball away, makes the count now 2 balls and no strikes. Tyler Cover will have to battle back here for Spring Mills, try to make Bishop O'Connell go 3 up, 3 down. Another off-speed pitch, just misses the knees of McDonough, and a 3-0 count to McDonough, the third baseman, the third batter in the Bishop O'Connell lineup. Fourth pitch going to be a pop-up into center field, as it is a diving catch made by the right fielder Jared Custer for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down go Bishop O'Connell at the end of 1. It is Spring Mills 1, Bishop O'Connell nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution, reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Welcome back to Waccamaw High School here for Game 2 of the day for us as Spring Mills takes on Bishop O'Connell out of Virginia. Just want to wish my play-by-play man, Colin McLaughlin, a happy 24th birthday, spending his birthday at the beach, broadcasting some baseball. Wouldn't want anything else, would you?
Well, I'd maybe if we're at the beach, like to be at the beach, but we may have some time after this as we get ready for the top of the second inning. Compton, Everhart, and Custer due up for Spring Mills as the first pitch from A.J. Murray taken ball 1 by Compton. Spring Mills leads 1-0 after 1 inning of baseball here in the Mingo Bay Classic as the next pitch, a swing and a miss by Compton, makes the count now no balls and 2 strikes. And down on 3 strikes, swing and a miss from Compton. The third strikeout now for A.J. Murray, the sophomore. That'll bring up Everhart for Spring Mills. Mason Everhart catching for Spring Mills this afternoon. Steps into the right-hand batter's box. First pitch from Murray will be fouled into the glove of Strom for strike 1 against Everhart. Murray gets the ball back, and the next pitch is high and away. Evens the count up at 1-1 now against Everhart. A.J. Murray, a sophomore for Bishop O'Connell. The next pitch inside almost hits Everhart, and he had to duck away, so it's now a 2-1 count for the Spring Mills catcher. Fourth pitch of this at bat from Murray, a swing and a miss from Everhart, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Murray sets on the rubber, kick in the delivery, just misses outside for ball 3 to Everhart. So now the count is full with 1 out and nobody on base in the top of the second inning. Spring Mills leads 1-0. Murray trying to get back-to-back strikeouts. The payoff pitch is grounded over to the third base dugout by Everhart and foul. Keeps the count at 3-2 strikes and continues Everhart's at-bat to a 7th pitch from A.J. Murray. Murray had 17 pitches total in the last inning, now number 28 in total. Swing and a miss. Down goes Mason Everhart. Back-to-back strikeouts to start off this top of the second inning. So now 2 outs and Custer up to bat with nobody on base for Spring Mills.
Yeah, Murray's now got 4 strikeouts on the day. And you said this is his varsity debut?
It is his varsity debut. I was told by the head coach of Bishop O'Connell there in Kyle Paget. He's a sophomore as the first pitch is outside to Custer for ball 1.
Hey, it's my guy's varsity first start. I'll take 4 strikeouts the first, 5 outs.
Next pitch, high and outside, ball 2 against Custer. As Murray gets the ball back from his catcher, Kier Strom. It's the call from his catcher as well. Shakes his head yes. The pitch. Swing and a miss from Custer makes the count now 2-1 strike. 2-1 count against Custer for Spring Mills as they lead 1-0 against Bishop O'Connell and Murray. A ball outside into the left-handed batter's box, but Strom able to snag it for ball 3. A 3-1 count now to Custer. A.J. Murray sets. Wind up and the pitch high for ball 4. That'll be the first walk issued by A.J. Murray, and it'll send Custer over to first base with 2 outs and bring up Girardin.
Now batting, number 9, Peyton Girardin.
Peyton Girardin, the second baseman this afternoon for Spring Mills, has 2 out and a runner on first in this top of the second inning and a 1-0 lead for the Cardinals. Murray's first pitch at the eyes of Girardin for ball 1. Murray crouches, looks over to the runner at first, puts the ball into his glove, sets on the rubber, the kick and the pitch, fouled off by Girardin into the net behind home plate, and then ricochets its way over towards the press box here on the first base line for a 1-1 count.
Colin, non-baseball related news, but just got breaking news. The 2022-2023 state basketball tournament championships will have a 10 a.m. start time for Quad A.
As a fly ball now by Girardin into right field, and it'll be caught by the right fielder Nathan Roosh for out number 3. 4 batters came across, but no runs. So it's still 1-0 Spring Mills. Will head to the bottom of the second after this 60-second break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
It's time to play Trump or Consequences. Ready, Jill?
Yep.
Thinking about Alex Mooney and David McKinley in the race for Congress, who did President Donald Trump call strong for our military and a champion for veterans?
Alex Mooney. Gotta be. Mooney knows freedom ain't free.
Right, Jill. Next, who did Trump endorse for Congress?
Alex Mooney. I know Trump backs Mooney.
Correct. Mooney has Trump's complete and total endorsement. Last question. Who broke with Republicans and voted for Joe Biden's spending spree that's driving up inflation?
Who did that?
David McKinley.
So why would a Republican back him?
Good question. Because if you stand with Trump, Alex Mooney is the right answer for Congress.
Paid for by Club for Growth Action. clubforgrowthaction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
To the bottom of the second inning we go here at Waccamaw High School, home of the Warriors, as it is the venue for Spring Mills against Bishop O'Connell in Day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me. Spencer Dupuy, our cameraman, is Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio, it is Avery Newport. The 4-5-6 batters due up for Bishop O'Connell, Levanjo, Powell, and Roosh against Tyler Cover, who has a first pitch bunt by Levanjo, and it goes underneath the glove of Cover, who took a couple steps off the mound to try to scoop it up, but it'll be a infield bunt single to start things off for the Knights. That'll bring up Powell with a runner on first and nobody out.
Number 20, Michael Powell.
That bunt a little overpowered, but Cover just didn't get his glove down low enough to scoop the ball up and make the play as the first pitch from Cover at the knees of Powell for strike one. The left-hander so far with a 1-0 lead for Spring Mills, who's seeking its first win in the Mingo Bay Classic, and a steal on the throw will be successful by Levanjo. And a runner on second now with nobody out, and a 1-1 count against Powell. As Cover gets the ball back, looks behind him at the runner. The pitch going to be a grounder down the first base line, and making the play is Gotham for the out, which will be the first out of this bottom of the second, and advancing to third is Levanjo to bring up the right fielder in Roosh.
Yeah, puts Levanjo right there, 90 feet from tying this ball game up early.
Roosh up to bat in the right-handed box. First pitch from Tyler Cover is right at the knees for ball one against Roosh from Cover. As the head coach for Bishop O'Connell telling his batter here to step up in the box, and he fouls it off. Makes the count now 1-1. Runner on third, one out in the bottom of the second inning, as Cover slowly makes his way back up onto the pitching rubber on the pitcher's mound here at Waccamaw High School. Sunny day in the pitch. Another foul ball over the net and into possibly the gator pond behind us here on the first base side. We'll have to wait and see if they're able to retrieve it or not. Might be dangerous if it did enter that water, as the head coach of Waccamaw over there nodding his head, saying he doesn't want the job, as this pitch evens count up at 2-2. Would you want that job, Spencer?
No.
No?
I'm content with sitting here calling a game, hitting some buttons.
And this one ripped from Roos into left field, and it'll be a sacrifice fly to score one as Seitz makes the catch and throws it in, but it's not even close to being in time. And it's a 1-1 ball game now in the bottom of the second between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. There's now 2 outs and nobody on base for Kijik. As Tyler Cover's first pitch to the left fielder in Kijik is a pop-up over to the first base side, and in foul territory making the catch is Gotham for out number 3. But at the end of 2, it's now 1-1 between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back here to Waccamaw High School. Day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic. To the top of the third we go, and to the top of the lineup of Spring Mills we go as well, as it's Herndon, Cover, and Gotham up to bat, as we are knotted up at 1-1 between the Spring Mills Cardinals and Bishop O'Connell Knights out of Virginia.
Out of Arlington, Virginia. They're very well known for their basketball program. I've seen a lot of great players go through there. And coached by Joe Wooten, son of the late legendary head coach there at DeMatha High School on the other side of the Potomac in Maryland, Morgan Wooten.
A.J. Murray back on the mound for O'Connell as the first pitch to Herndon to start off this third inning in the dirt for ball one. Herndon 1 for 1 today. He led off the second inning with a double, as the next pitch will be outside. Makes the count now 2-0. And Herndon later scored.
He led off the first inning.
Did I accidentally say the second?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Spencer. As he fouls this one away for a 2-1 count.
He did score, though.
Yes.
The one run, but that was in the first inning.
It's A.J. Murray. It's a new ball after the fouled off at bat there. It's a 2-1 count. Pitch from Murray. Fastball at the eyes of Herndon makes the count now 3-1 strike. Herndon trying to reach base for a second time today. Murray sets the pitch. Going to be fouled off, and slicing above the bleachers there down the third base side makes the count now full at 3-2 strikes, with nobody out and nobody on base here for the leadoff batter of Spring Mills in this top of the third inning. And it's a 1-1 ball game between the Cardinals and the Knights. Payoff pitch from Murray. Going to be ripped into right field and makes its way over the head of Roosh, who has to go all the way to the wall to retrieve it, and it'll be another double for Herndon to start off the third inning.
He's getting his hits, that's for sure.
He's seeing the ball well, and the first one was to left center. This one to right center to bring up Cover. Cover struck out looking in his first at-bat there in the first inning. As Murray resets on the pitcher's mound. Looks at the runner behind him in Herndon. And the pitch, scoring the bunt and pulling it back, is Cover. As the ball gets back from Strom to A.J. Murray, the pitcher for the Knights. As Murray now will step off the mound and check the runner at second with no throw over against Cover. Pitch from Murray. Misses the bunt. Makes the count now 1-1 against Cover, who was trying to get a sacrifice bunt to allow Herndon to advance to third.
How about this stat for you? 6 out of 8 is Herndon so far at the Mingo Bay Classic.
He has been doing well in these 3 days. The next pitch from Murray, swing and a miss by Cover, and he strikes out for the first out here in the third inning, which will bring up Gotham. So I guess they said the first one that I originally thought was a ball, he kept the bat forward for the bunt, so it counted as a strike. Gotham in his last at bat struck out swinging as well. Runner on second, 2 outs in the top of the third. The first pitch from Murray will be low for a ball. Murray so far has 5 strikeouts this afternoon through 2 2/3 innings pitched. His first varsity start of his career. Only a sophomore, so plenty more to come most likely for him, as the next pitch to Gotham will be taken for ball 2. Next pitch from Murray. Breaking ball. Ball 3. 3-0 count now with a runner on second and 2 out for Gotham. Pitch from Murray. Fastball right down the middle. Makes the count now 3 balls and 1 strike as Gotham held the back there, which is what you assume that he would do with a 3-0 count. The next pitch from Murray will be blooped into left field by Gotham. Making the catch is Kijik for the second out. I bring up Schwanier with a runner on second.
Now batting number 23, Nolan Chenier.
Chenier was the one that got the RBI single to score Herndon in the top of the first. Give Spring Mills its 1 run this afternoon. As A.J. Murray sets, looks at the runner behind him. The pitch will be a first pitch swing from Schwanier. Grounds it over into right field, and he will be safe at first. The runner, Chase Herndon, advances to third. So another single by Schwanier will bring up Seitz. So all the hits so far for Spring Mills have either been by Herndon or Schwanier.
Yeah, Herndon, so he's had 2 doubles today, had a triple on Tuesday, and the rest were singles.
Seitz steps into the right-handed batter's box against A.J. Murray. Runners on the corners and 2 outs for Spring Mills. The first pitch, a swing, fouling it off as Seitz out of play on the first base side for strike 1. Seitz 0 for 1 today. His at-bat was a grounder to the second baseman in the top of the first to end the inning. And he rips this one into left center field, running in on it and sliding and making the catch is Lovanja, the center fielder. As the umpire says yes, he hung on to it for out number 3. What a play there by Michael Lovanja. And 2 runners will stay put on base, not able to score. We'll head to the bottom of the third, still tied at 1 between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
We interrupt this broadcast for a breaking MAGA alert. President Donald Trump warned us, saving America means saving the GOP from rhinos, sellouts, and known losers. David McKinley proved him right. Liberal David McKinley sided with Joe Biden's trillion-dollar spending spree, backed Nancy Pelosi's anti-Trump January 6th witch hunt, and supported gun-grabbing leftists' plans to demolish our Second Amendment rights. Don't trust Rhino David McKinley to defend our West Virginia values. Trust true conservative Alex Mooney. With a proven conservative record in Congress, an A+ rating from the NRA, endorsement from West Virginia Citizens Defense League, and President Trump's complete and total endorsement. Alex Mooney's the leader we need to protect our businesses, secure our border, and defend our guns, the sanctity of life, and all our God-given freedoms. On May 10th, vote conservative Alex Mooney for Congress.
I'm Alex Mooney, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mooney for Congress 2022.
Welcome to the bottom of the third inning now, here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell battling it out here on day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic. The 8-9-1 batters due up for the Knights from Alexandria, Virginia at Bishop O'Connell High School. Strom, Murray, and O'Connor due up. The first pitch from Tyler Cover, and a bunt down the third baseline, beautifully placed, and Cover tried to run over and make the play, but it'll be a infield single for the catcher and Strom to start things off. Beautifully placed bunt right down that third baseline, stayed in the grass and died in between the third baseman Engel and the pitcher, Cover. Now Cover, nobody out, will have to face A.J. Murray, the sophomore, who's the pitcher for Bishop O'Connell. And he'll ground it over to the second baseman, Girardin, fires it to the shortstop, Compton, tags him at second, and at first, the throw in time to Gotham, and a double play will have 2 outs now, and bring up Jack O'Connor for Bishop O'Connell. Spring Mills so far has played fantastic here through 2 2/3.
Yeah, and you go back and you look at their other 2 games, they were really blowouts. They lost 10-0 to Georgetown on Tuesday, and then they lost 11-2 to High Point Christian on Wednesday. So it's kind of a total opposite of what you look at when you just see their game changer.
As the first pitch from Cover to O'Connor, high for a ball on this one, right down the middle. Evens the count up at 1-1. Seems like O'Connell still, team-wise, just trying to figure out the speed of these pitches against Tyler Cover, as this one will be high at the shoulders of O'Connor for a 2-1 count now.
Yeah, O'Connor, the UVA commit.
Next pitch from Cover, right at the letters across his jersey, makes the count now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyler Cover trying to end the inning here and get Spring Mills back up to the plate. And O'Connor fouls this one off to keep the count at 2-2. Tyler Cover takes a couple steps back onto the pitching rubber. It's the southpaw sets. Kick and the delivery. Just outside. Makes the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Jack O'Connor. Cover. Payoff pitch, high for ball 4 to Jack O'Connor, the designated hitter, who will make his way down to first with 2 outs to bring up Mayfield.
See, your dad's watching there, Colin, the doctor.
Yes,
Sports
the actual doctor.
The doctor
tuning
back
in
the
on
Panhandle.
YouTube back there. Berkeley Springs is the first pitch. And going immediately on the pitch from first over to second is O'Connor. And he slides in safely feet first. It's the pitch from Cover to Mayfield was also a ball, so it's a 1-0 count now to Mayfield, who's 0 for 1, grounded out to short in the bottom of the first inning. The next pitch will be a grounder up the middle. Running over to it is Girardin. The throw over the head of the first baseman. That's going to score 1 and allow Mayfield to advance his way to second. Bishop O'Connell now leads Spring Mills 2-1 in the bottom of the third. On a wild throw, error by the second baseman, Peyton Girardin.
Yeah, and going to be an error, obviously, on the run over to second.
Number 36, Bobby McDonough.
That brings up Bobby McDonough with a 2-1 lead for Bishop O'Connell.
Was on the mound yesterday, their game against Martinsburg.
First pitch from Cover at the shoulders for ball 1. It is now 2-1. The Knights lead the Cardinals in the bottom of the third inning. It's the next pitch right at the knees for strike 1 to even the count up at 1-1 against McDonough. McDonough, in his only at bat so far, flew out to right field, which is what ended the bottom of the first inning for the Knights. Runner on second, and a high fly ball into center field this time. Herndon tracks it down, makes the catch for out number 3. At the end of 3, it's now Knights 2, Cardinals 1. We'll head to the 4th after this 1-minute break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
They're back.
Back here for the top of the fourth between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. It's a 2-1 lead for Bishop O'Connell after they score back-to-back, one run in each of the bottom of the second and third innings. Due up for Spring Mills, Compton, Everhart, and Custer. Peyton Compton struck out on 3 straight pitches in his last at-bat. Will step up to the batter's box on the right side of home plate here against A.J. Murray. Murray sends the first pitch of the top of the fourth will be grounded in between the shortstop and third baseman into left field. So again, a lead-off single for Peyton Compton.
And it's good to see Spring Mills getting some hits today. It seemed like they haven't been able to do much the last few days, minus a couple players. It's good to see a lot of guys getting into the action here early.
It brings up Everhart, who struck out in his last at-bat as well. Now has nobody out and a runner on first in the top of the fourth. Pitch from Murray, scoring the bunt and pulling it back is Everhart. But it was still a strike anyway against Everhart, the catcher.
Spring Mills now with 5 hits, 2 from Schwanier, 2 from Herndon, and now 1 there from Compton.
Pitch from Murray. And bunting it right back to the pitcher who makes the catch. Murray underhand tosses it back to Seg at first as Compton was caught off base. So a poor bunt leads to a double play to bring up Custer.
Yeah, obviously that's not what you want to do, but you're running there on the bunt. Just needed to put it in a different place, and if it falls, then you at least move the runner to second.
Custer walked in his last at-bat against Murray in the top of the second inning as the first pitch going to be a fly ball into right center field, and the center fielder Michael Lavanja makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down goes Spring Mills in the top of the fourth. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth after this 1-minute break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman's Nick Verzolini, and back at the studio is Avery Newport. Bottom of the fourth now for the Bishop O'Connell Knights. Lavanja, Powell, and Roosh up to bat to start this bottom of the fourth as the Knights lead the Spring Mills Cardinals 2-1, trying to extend the lead here in this bottom of the fourth inning against Tyler Cover, who so far for the most part has actually done pretty well on the mound for Spring Mills.
Yeah, I mean, when we talk about Spring Mills, go back to our initial conversation with Coach Bradley Barrett. preseason. He said this was going to be a building season for the Cardinals and just trying to continually improve all season long. And you just look from Tuesday to now, they've definitely improved.
First pitch was taken for a ball. The next one just above the shoulders of Michael Lavanja for a 2-0 count now. As Cover sets on the rubber. Next pitch will one hop its way to the plate. A 3-0 count now against Lavanja. Cover slowly makes his way back on the mound. Takes a deep breath before his next pitch, and that one just barely makes it to home plate. A 4-pitch walk to Lavanja to bring up Powell.
Yeah, you give Lavanja the free, the base on balls there. He already has scored one of the 2 runs so far, but I kind of see what they were doing there because it kind of looked like an intentional kind of pitch around him a little bit.
As Cover throws over to first, and back in the bag is Lavanja safely. This will be the 40th pitch for Tyler Cover here for the first pitch, as instead he throws it over to first, and advancing to second is Lavanja after the throw over to first. He slides in. The throw from Gotham to the shortstop, Caden Compton, goes off the glove of Compton into the dirt, so Lavanja will be safe, and still no pitches thrown against the batter. Powell, who has just been standing in the left-handed batter's box waiting for that first pitch.
Yeah, Compton just couldn't hang on to it.
Finally gets it. He squares to bunt. It's going to be just popped into the air, and the catcher, Mason Everhart, takes his mask off, puts the glove into the air, makes the catch for out number 1.
Yeah, great job there by Everhart, able to track the ball off the bunt and get the easy out now with first out.
So the runner will remain on second with 1 out and bring up Roosh. Roosh, a sac fly to score Lavanja in the bottom of the second inning. As Tyler Cover steps onto the mound, looks at the runner behind him, pitch in the delivery, a swing and a miss from Roosh for strike 1. Cover steps back onto the rubber on the pitcher's mound. Again, checks the runner behind him, spins around, gets him picked off, and dropping the ball is Girardin. The throw was in time. They caught Lavanja leaning off the bag, but he just dropped it when he made the tag, so Lavanja's going to be safe, and it will remain 1 out, a runner on second base for the Knights. Cover, the pitch, as the ball ripped into left field at the wall, over the glove of Seitz, bounces off the fence, and that is going to be a stand-up RBI double by Roosh, and a 3-1 lead now for the Knights of Bishop O'Connell.
Yeah, great piece of hitting right there, back to the wall, and I could hear it in your voice. You were trying to see if it was going to be out of here for a home run just off the wall and down for a double.
As it is 3:15 out to left, that one was probably 3:14, maybe 3:13. Yeah. And up to bat now is Kijik, who takes the first pitch looking for strike 1 from Cover. It's now 3-1. The Knights lead the Cardinals in the bottom of the 4th inning. The next pitch, scoring to bunt, and it's foul over the catcher into the grass behind home plate, and now 0-2 count against Kijik. As Cover uses his left arm to wipe off the sweat on his forehead and back onto the mound here, trying to battle for Spring Mills as they only trail by 2. Runner on second, 2 out. 1 out as a grounder over to third baseman. Ingram fires it across the diamond for out number 2, and staying put at second is Roosh. So Kijik goes down 5-3 to bring up Strom in this bottom of the 4th inning. You see how many pitches Cover's at right now, Spencer?
He is at 45. 5. That was the 45th pitch of the afternoon.
Thank you. As the 46th one now going to be hit in the left field. Seitz tracks it down, makes the catch for out number 3. At the end of 4, the Knights leading the Cardinals 3-1. We're back in 60 seconds. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304-LAWYERS, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Top of the 5th inning now for Spring Mills, who trail Bishop O'Connell 3-1 after in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings the Knights put 1 run on the scoreboard in each of them. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Our cameraman is Nick Verzolini, and back at the studio in Martinsburg, West Virginia is Avery Newport. We're here at the Mingo Bay Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Day 3 of high school baseball action for 5 of the 6 Eastern Panhandle high school baseball teams. The only one not making the trip is Musselman, but Jefferson, Washington, Spring Mills, Hedgesville, Martinsburg, and Hedgesville all making the trip. Did I say Hedgesville twice? I thought I did, but I thought I started with the Jefferson schools at the same time. It is kind of warm day here, so I'm trying to keep my brain focused and not becoming mush after this is our 2nd game broadcasting. In the first one, I was in the sun the entire time there, running camera for a big win by the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
I would tell you it's straight up hot.
It is.
Also, the sun of the beach is different than the sun in West Virginia, that's for sure.
Are you sure? I mean, metaphorically, as the first pitch swing by the batter Girardin, grounder over to the shortstop Powell. He throws it over to Singh at first for out number 1.
I think you can confirm that, metaphorically at least.
You can, but like literally the sun's the same because, you know, we're all in the earth and it's circling around the sun.
You be technical. You should just.
I was never good at science, but right now I'm trying to sound better than you because you're possibly the only person I'd be better at science than, maybe Spencer. But it is Herndon up to bat against A.J. Murray as we refocus here back onto the game at hand here at Waccamaw High School. It's not your fault, Spencer. It was mine. I got us off track. I will admit it. No need to be rude over there, Spencer. And the next pitch from Murray in the dirt for ball 2 against Herndon.
I was just scratching my beard there. Sorry about that. Excuse me.
Yeah, with what finger? Your pinky. A.J. Murray looks. Pitch. Going to be a line drive grounder over into the right field, and it's going to be a single for Herndon, who's now 3 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, Chase Herndon is just loving being down here in Myrtle Beach. What did I say? He was 6 for 8?
6 for 8, and now 3 for 3 today.
7 for 9.
So, it brings up Cover, who, with a runner on first and 1 out, will try to advance him. The pitch. Now, it looks like we had a pitching change as well. I missed it there. For Bishop O'Connell. So we wait here, and a swing and a miss from Cover. It's number 10 on the mound there.
It is.
For the Knights.
Noah Oh, not number
Jack
10.
Rampy.
They must have multiple number 10s. It's Jack Rampy.
Jack Rampy's pitch will be grounded by Cover over to the third baseman. Bobbles it, so it'll be an error there by the third baseman. And runners on first and second now for for Spring Mills.
I see what they did there. They have 2 number 9s, so they just threw one of the 9s in a number 10 jersey.
So, an error in the first pitch to Gotham by Rampy will be called a strike. Runners on first and second with 1 out for the Cardinals. Rampy looks at the runner behind him on second. Swing and a miss from Gotham. Now 0-2 count for batter from Spring Mills, who is 0 for 2 today. He flew out in the third inning to left and struck out swinging in the first. Jack Rampy on the mound. Looks behind him. The pitch. Ball in the dirt. And Strom keeps it in front of him, but makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. And since we had a pitching change, Spencer.
Yeah, that was brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Colin and I ride with them, so you should too.
Pitch from Rampy. A blooper into the infield on the shortstop area. Couple steps forward by the shortstop and Powell. Makes the catch for out number 2 on the infield fly. So now 2 outs will bring up Schwinier for Spring Mills with a runner on first and second. Schwinier steps into the box with a runner on first and second. Rampy, first pitch swinging from Rampy to Schwinier is fouled down the third base side for strike 1.
Yeah, trying to take out Coach Barrett down there. Right past it.
Rampy in relief for A.J. Murray here in the inning. And a pitch fouled off and back to the pitcher, but it was foul off the catcher gear of Kier Strom. Now 0-2 count against the designated hitter for Spring Mills in Schwinier. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on base in the top of the 5th inning for Spring Mills, who trails by 2. Schwinier pops this one up over the first base press box and at a play. Keeps the count at no balls and 2 strikes for the designated hitter of Spring Mills. The runners at their leads off the bases. Rampy sets, looks behind him, kicking the delivery. Another foul ball into the net behind home plate. So Schwinier trying to stay alive in this at bat.
Yeah, Colin, obviously Spring Mills wants to get something going and getting a little late here into this game. Just 7 outs remaining.
Kicking the delivery against Schwinier. He gets, we thought here from this side, caught looking, but the umpire says otherwise. It must have just missed outside. So now 1-2 count.
Well, I was waiting like last game we had there at Myrtle Beach High School. The umpire took about 5 more seconds.
A grounder down the third baseline. Foul by Schwinier. Keeps the count at 1 balls and 2 strikes, but he's now faced 6 pitches here against Rampy.
I don't know if you noticed that there, Colin, when you were running camera down on the right field line, that the umpire would take about 2 or 3 extra seconds after the ball went into the mitt to make a call.
Payoff pitch from Rampy. Again, fouled off by Schwinier. He's had 5 foul balls, and most of them just going right behind him. But he's staying alive in this at-bat with runners on first and second, 2 outs in the top of the 5th. 3-1 lead for Bishop O'Connell. Pitch, swing and a miss. Down goes Schwinier. And that will end the top of the 5th inning and keep Spring Mills scoreless in 4 straight innings. They now trail 3-1 still. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th after a 1-minute break. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
This is Matt Miller, along with my wife, Dale.
As homeowners, we've been through the mortgage process several times, and each time we went to Mark and Cheryl Savitt at the Mortgage Center.
They treat you like family with personal one-on-one service, walking with you through the process from application to settlement.
Plus, low interest rates and closing costs.
The Mortgage Center is on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Phone 304-267-9040.
Or online at mortgagefinancing.com. NMLS number 237527, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here to Waccamaw High School. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Spencer Dupuy. Our cameraman's Nick Verzolini. Back at the studio is Avery Newport. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning now between Bishop O'Connell and Spring Mills as the Knights lead the Cardinals 3-1. Still on the mound here for Spring Mills will be Tyler Cover. Cover has done pretty well so far, even though the Cardinals trail 3-1. And the first batter up here will be Rampy, who came in last half inning for the pitcher, A.J. Murray.
Yeah, as I mentioned, listed on the roster as number 9. They have 2 of those, so they just gave him the 10 jersey.
First pitch called strike 1. Next one in the dirt, even to count up at 1-1. Cover gets back on the rubber. The left-hander. Done so far, most likely what head coach Brad Barrett told him to do exactly on the mound, as this one fouled off from Rampy for strike 2. Spring Mills, very young team who has struggled this year and is 0-2 here in the Mingo Bay Classic. It's the kick and the delivery. Right down the middle, called strike 3. Down goes Rampy, who got caught looking for the first strikeout of the day by Tyler Cover.
Yeah, what a great job by Cover there on his 50th pitch. Gets that strikeout there. He now that's his first strikeout of the day.
Top of the lineup now, and it'll be Jack O'Connor up to bat. The first pitch, low and away to O'Connor for ball 1, as a breeze now enters here into the press box on the first base side to cool us off there from the outfield. And the next pitch will be high above the shoulders of O'Connor for ball 2. O'Connor in his last at-bat also walked and later on scored in the 3rd inning. In his first at-bat to lead things off in the bottom of the 1st, he pops up to short. Next one hops home plate and goes past Mason Everhart for ball 3. Cover now trying to make sure that he does not put O'Connor back on base, but at the same time wants to make sure that O'Connor doesn't hit a home run against him, as he has the power to do so. Big swing and a miss from O'Connor, who had the green light on a 3-0 count for strike 1. I think he wanted to hit that one all the way to the street there in left field.
That'd be a
next
long
pitch, fouled off behind home plate for a 3-2 count.
To the street, that'd be like 2 fields.
I said he wanted to.
It's like,
not that he could.
It'd be like a Bryce Harper high school home run that he hit at Tropicana Field years ago.
3-2 count. Cover's pitch to O'Connor. Blooped up over the first base side and at a play. Keeps the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th and nobody on base for the Knights.
Yeah, you figure a guy committed to UVA is going to battle, do what he can, foul things off, pop them up.
Payoff pitch. Stays high and outside. Ball 4 to Jack O'Connor. Walks for the second time today to bring up Mayfield. Carson Mayfield, in his last at bat, reached second on a throwing error by the second baseman Peyton Girardin of Spring Mills. His first at bat grounded to short. Covert throws over to the runner Connor at first, and he's safe. Is Jack Covert steps back onto the rubber. Left-hander sets and throws over again at first. O'Connor just takes 1 step back onto the bag safely. Doesn't have too large of a lead off first base, but it seems like it's enough to make Cover uneasy as he now steps off the runner to shoo O'Connor back onto first. It's the pitcher and the runner just playing mind games with each other, and the pitch by Cover in the dirt against Mayfield for ball 1.
Yeah, Cover having to work a bit in this inning, already up to 58 pitches.
Cover checks the runner at first, and the pitch low and inside for ball 2, and looked like the catcher and Mason Everhart had to double clutch it, so stealing second with ease is Jack O'Connor.
Takes a double play out of the way.
Still 1 out. Now with a runner on second in the bottom of the 5th, it is 3-1 Bishop O'Connell against Spring Mills. Timeout called. It looks like it might be something with Spring Mills as they had assistant coach step out of the dugout for a little bit but makes his way back in. Covert looks behind him. The pitch just above the word Knights on the front of the jersey of Bishop O'Connell. Now 3-0 count for Mayfield. The bottom of the 5th started off with a strikeout against Rampy, but after that it was a walk to Jack O'Connor. And now a 3-0 count against Mayfield. It's Tyler Cover trying to make sure that he does not issue back-to-back walks with 1 out. Pitch right down the middle. Strike 1 by Tyler Cover against Mayfield. Cover back onto the rubber with a runner on second. And O'Connor looked like he was going to go to third, kind of stopped, pivoted around and went back to second, even though Cover was not paying attention to him at all. It is a 3-1 count against Mayfield. Tyler Cover sets and spins around, throws, almost hits O'Connor in the head, but rescuing him is the second baseman, Peyton Girardin, who catches it to the left side of the second base bag.
And O'Connor's definitely getting in Cover's head right now.
Pitch high for ball 4, so back-to-back walks now by Tyler Cover. Keeps 1 out and 2 runners on now to bring up Bobby McDonough.
Yeah, Bobby McDonough 0 for 2 today.
Both of them have been pretty deep fly balls, though. And which really helps Spring Mills is that the wind is blowing in from the outfield here at Waccamaw High School.
Yeah, tried to bunt to go around there, pulled the bat back, but it brought the infield in a little bit. But can't do much there, at least on first and second, because you got to cover the runners on the bases.
1-0 count to McDonough. Next pitch, squaring the bunt is McDonough. He puts it down on the third base side. Cover runs towards it, goes off his glove back into the grass, and it'll be a single for McDonough to load the bases for Bishop O'Connell.
Yeah, everybody's safe at every base, and you just...
Spring Mills now will have a full mound visit as Brad Barrett, the head coach of the Cardinals, makes his way out to the pitcher's mound, and the entire infield of the Cardinals meets around their pitcher, Tyler Cover, to talk things over. It'll be Lavanja up to bat for Bishop O'Connell when action resumes. On deck is Powell with the bases loaded for the Knights, who lead Spring Mills 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Cover will stay on the mound, and everybody else makes their way back to their spot, and head coach Brad Barrett for Spring Mills makes his way back into the third base dugout. 1 out. Tyler Cover steps again off the pitcher's mound and behind it. So we wait for the home plate umpire to write something down, it looks like, and put his mask back on so we can play ball.
Well, Colin, we're not playing ball, so they can play ball.
It's ducks on a pond for Bishop O'Connell as the first pitch to Cover, taken ball 1. Cover sets, windup, and the pitch will be fouled off by Lavanja to make the count now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Come on, Michael.
Bases loaded here after a single and before that back-to-back walks issued by Tyler Cover. Pitch right down the middle against Lavanja makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, Cover gets ahead here, and he really needs it. That was his 66th pitch of the afternoon.
Kicking the delivery just misses the outside part of the plate against Lavanja to even the count up at 2-2.
Yeah, that looked kind of about the same. Maybe it's a tad bit higher than the last pitch, but it was out of the zone.
Cover. Pitch. And a high fly ball in the infield, so it's an infield fly. Schwanier does make the catch on the pitcher's mound. So out number 2, and everybody stays put. And coming up now, after the infield fly, is Michael Powell. Two outs. Bases still loaded for Bishop O'Connell.
Cover can get out of this one. Maybe you throw him out there for the 6th inning?
I have to wait and see. The first pitch to Powell, high for ball 1.
70th pitch of the afternoon now.
It's a 3-1 lead for the Knights here in the bottom of the 5th against Spring Mills. It's Cover. Pitch to Powell, grounder over to the second baseman, Girardin. He throws it to the first baseman, Gotham, just in time for out number 3. So even though the bases were loaded, no runs crossed the plate this time for the Knights. We'll head to the top of the 6th with a 3-1 Bishop O'Connell lead over Spring Mills. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
We interrupt this broadcast for a breaking MAGA alert. President Donald Trump warned us, saving America means saving the GOP from rhinos, sellouts, and known losers. David McKinley proved him right. Liberal David McKinley sided with Joe Biden's $1 trillion spending spree, backed Nancy Pelosi's anti-Trump January 6th witch hunt, and supported gun-grabbing leftists' plans to demolish our Second Amendment rights. Don't trust Rhino David McKinley to defend our West Virginia values. Trust true conservative Alex Mooney. With a proven conservative record in Congress, an A+ rating from the NRA, endorsement from West Virginia Citizens Defense League, and President Trump's complete and total endorsement. Alex Mooney's the leader we need to protect our businesses, secure our border, and defend our guns, the sanctity of life, and all our God-given freedoms. On May 10th, vote conservative Alex Mooney for Congress.
I'm Alex Mooney, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mooney for Congress 2022.
Welcome back here to Waccamaw High School, Day 3 of the Mingo Bay Classic. It is Spring Mills trailing Bishop O'Connell 3-1. So we go to the top of the 6th inning now. Sites, Compton, Everhart due up for the Spring Mills Cardinals. Aiden Sites will step up as he's 0 for 2 so far today. At bat, grounded to the second baseman in the first, flew out to center in the third. Now here in the 6th, will lead things off for Spring Mills against Jack Rampy. Swing and a miss as the fastball catches Sights at the knees.
Yeah, final 6 outs now for the Cardinals, who are still in this ball game. I mean, they were blown out in the first 2 games, but only down 2 here, 3-1.
Next pitch by Rampy, again low, but swinging and missing his Sights for strike 2. Rampy gets the ball back from his catcher here, Schramm. Sets on the rubber. Kick in, the delivery just misses the knees of Sights. He does not swing this time at it. Makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Day 3 here at Mingo Bay. And a breaking ball just misses. Evens the count up against Sights at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sights, the leadoff batter here for the top of the 6th inning in a 3-1 ball game. Fouls this one off into the glove of Strom for the strikeout to bring up Compton with 1 out.
You know, Rampy throwing some good balls here today, coming in relief there for Murray.
It's Compton 1 for 2 today. He struck out in his first at-bat, singled in the second at-bat that he had against Bishop O'Connell. Pitch. First pitch swinging is Compton. It's a pop-up over to the first base bag, just slightly foul, but making the catch. It's Jack Saig for out number 2. That'll bring up Mason Everhart, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 today for Spring Mills. Jack Rampy came into relief last inning for A.J. Murray for Bishop O'Connell, dealing so far as his first pitch. A breaking ball right down the heart of the plate for strike 1 against Everhart. Bishop O'Connell trying to go 3-0 here in the Mingo Bay Classic. Spring Mills trying to avoid going 0-3, searching for its first win as they trail 3-1. The next pitch from Rampy in the dirt to Everhart evens the count up at 1-1. Next pitch, right down the middle to Everhart. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, down to their final 4 outs now. Everhart needs to get on base, put Custer up here, and then maybe get back to the top of the order.
And the breaking ball in the dirt evens the count up at 2-2 against Everhart. Everhart struck out in his first at bat in the second, and then later went to bunt as this pitch from Rampy in the dirt gets away from the catcher Strom, makes the count now 3-2. As I was saying, the second at bat for Everhart was the bunt that just popped right back up to the pitcher, who at the time was A.J. Murray. He chucked it over to first for the double play. That occurred in the 4th. We're here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-2 count. And a pop fly above the catcher, who was unable to track it down as Strom took the mask off, but just looked up into the sun and lost the ball, so it'll remain 3-2. So now Jack Rampy will jog his way back up the pitcher's mound, step onto the rubber, and stare down at home plate with a 3-2 count against Everhart and 2 outs for Spring Mills and nobody on base. Pitch from Rampy, a fastball, grounder over to the third baseman, McDonough. McDonough fires it across to first in time. 3 up, 3 down goes Spring Mills in the top of the 6th. It is Bishop O'Connell 3, Spring Mills 1. To the bottom of the 6th we go after this 1-minute break. This is Mingo Bay High School Classic Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg has a brand new list of daily specials. Monday, stop on in for burger night or enjoy a nice juicy steak every Tuesday and Wednesday. The Palace Lounge also offers freshly steamed shrimp Thursdays and chef specials every Friday and Saturday. Sunday is all-day breakfast and there are drink specials daily too. So come enjoy the Palace Lounge. You can find them on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard.
Heffley Motor Company, just off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road, is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner, serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. And if you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
Welcome back here to Waccamaw High School. Bottom of the 6th inning now, as it is Bishop O'Connell leading Spring Mills 3-1. It is Roosh, Kijik, and Strom, the 6, 7, 8 batters due up for the Knights. Lead Spring Mills 3-1 here in the Mingo Bay Classic. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman for TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Nick Verzolini. Back in the studio is Avery Newport.
Shout out to avid fan, all-time viewer, all-time listener, ARMer back there in the Panhandle.
Enjoying this one as we are as well. And Roosh steps into the batter's box for the 3rd time today. He is 1 for 1 in his at-bats, with 2 plate appearances. As Cover's first pitch to him, he fouls off down the first base line and foul for strike 1 to start off the bottom of the 6th inning. Roosh, as I said, hit a sac fly, which was an RBI sac fly there in the 2nd inning that scored Lavanja to tie things up, as he rips this one into left field, and it is a leadoff single for the right fielder in Roosh, as it one hops in front of Seitz, who throws it back into the infield. That'll bring up Kijik with a runner on first.
Yeah, that's just what this Bishop O'Connell team can do. You think you got him, and then boom, single into left field there.
Kijik 0 for 2 today. Nobody out. Runner on first after that leadoff single by Roosh. It is 3-1 Bishop O'Connell over Spring Mills, as Cover throws over to first to keep the runner close to the first base bag for his lead. Ball gets back to Cover, who steps on the mound. Left-hander looking right across at the runner before throwing it for a strike, and stealing second during that pitch safely is Roosh. But now an 0-1 count against Kijik. Nobody out and a runner on second for the Knights.
It takes a double play away there.
As Cover gets the ball back. Looks at the runner behind him. Kick in the delivery. It's going to be ripped into left field. Gets past the shortstop. And the left fielder Seitz bobbles it. So that's going to allow Roosh to go from third to home. It is now 4-1 Bishop O'Connell after an RBI single by Kijik. So back-to-back singles to start off the bottom of the 6th inning will bring up Strom. Strom 1 for 2 today, as Cover throws over to the runner at first. Slides in safely. Spring Mills will be down to its final 3 outs as they now trail by 3 here at Waccamaw High School. Pitch from Cover. Big swing and a miss from Strom for strike one.
The catcher's indifference.
So now Kijik stands at second with nobody out. And one run already crossing the plate here in the bottom of the sixth to make it 4-1 Knights over the Spring Mills Cardinals.
That's actually Jaden Groom? It's 42 out there, Colin.
So did we get a courtesy runner that we missed since we didn't see first base, or was it a pinch hitter?
Oh, you missed a pinch hitter.
Okay. Cover now looks behind him and steps off the runner, or steps off the rubber at the runner, excuse me. So who'd you say it was in for Kijik again?
I presume it's Jaden Groomy?
Spell it for me, please, so that I can write it here.
Groome.
Groome. We'll have to figure that one out as the next pitch from Cover to Strom makes the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. It is a 4-1 ball game in favor of Bishop O'Connell as the next pitch from Cover gets by the catcher Everhart to allow Groom to advance to third. So now he'll be 90 feet away with a 2-2 count to Strom. Tyler Cover has went the entire way so far for Spring Mills.
About to throw pitch number 80.
And he does, and it's going to be a high fly ball.
Popped up, out of play.
And it keeps the count at 2-2 as it goes over the first base dugout. Get a new ball thrown back in. Cover steps onto the rubber on the pitcher's mound with a runner on third. Nobody out here to the third batter of this bottom of the sixth inning, Strom. Kier Strom takes the pitch for ball 3 to make the count now 3 balls and 2 strikes to the catcher for Bishop O'Connell. Cover. Kick. Delivery outside. Ball 4 to put runners on the corners now for Rampy. And that is the 5th walk issued by Tyler Cover, who looking like he might be a little tired out there on the mound for Spring Mills.
He just, right now, he just needs to get 3 outs.
First pitch swinging is Rampy. He sends this one into deep left field, and it bounces in front of the wall. Scooping it up is Seitz. It's going to be a stand-up RBI double by Rampy. Bishop O'Connell now leads 5-1 against Spring Mills.
6-1.
5. Was there 2?
6 runs, 2
Okay.
guys.
I did not realize that Strom came around to score as well.
Yep.
So it was a base-clearing double for Rampy and a 6-1 ball game. Thank you, Spencer.
Yep.
And we got a meeting for Spring Mills as there's no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And we'll see if there's a change or not for the Cardinals as head coach Brad Barrett leaves the circle there on the pitcher's mound of Cardinals. And everybody goes back to their spots, and standing alone now on the pitcher's mound is Tyler Cover still for Spring Mills. Single walk, base clearing double. That's what has happened here in the bottom of the 6th inning so far. And now the designated hitter, Jack O'Connor, the UVA commit, up to bat. First pitch from Cover. Right down the middle to O'Connor for strike 1. O'Connor His last 2 at-bats were walks. The first one he popped up to short. With a runner on second and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th. Cover checks the runner twice behind him and now throws to the second baseman Girardin at the second base bag. He puts the tag on the runner at second in Rampy, but it's not in time. So it looks like we might actually have a courtesy runner out there, as this runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. O'Connor sends this ball into center field. Herndon makes the catch and throws it all the way into third beautifully to keep the runner at second, now with 1 out. Didn't need the cutoff man or anything there.
I mean, he's a pitcher, so we know he's got a good arm.
But still, that's 60 feet. That from center field to third base is way over that. So now 1 out brings up Mayfield. It looks like the courtesy runner there on second base for Bishop O'Connell is number 7. As we have to see as Mayfield first pitch swings, puts a fly ball into left center field, and it bounces in front of the fence. It'll be a RBI double for Bishop O'Connell in Mayfield, who now lead 7-1 over Spring Mill. They have broken this game wide open here in this bottom of the 6th inning. 4 runs have crossed the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. And it looks like it'll finally be the end pitching-wise for Tyler Cover for Spring Mills. We'll take a 1-minute break to allow us to figure out the defensive and pitching changes here at Waccamaw High School. This is the Mingo Bay Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
It's time to play Trump or Consequences. Ready, Jill?
Yep.
Thinking about Alex Mooney and David McKinley in the race for Congress, who did President Donald Trump call strong for our military and a champion for veterans?
Alex Mooney. Gotta be. Mooney knows freedom ain't free.
Right, Jill. Next, who did Trump endorse for Congress?
Alex Mooney. I know Trump backs Mooney.
Correct. Mooney has Trump's complete and total endorsement. Last question. Who broke with Republicans and voted for Joe Biden's spending spree that's driving up inflation?
Who did that?
David McKinley.
So why would a Republican back him?
Good question. Because if you stand with Trump, Alex Mooney is the right answer for Congress.
Paid for by Club for Growth Action. ClubForGrowthAction.org and not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome back to Waccamaw High School here. Some pitching changes. Those brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? I ride with them, so you should too. Seitz comes in, and he comes in from left field as Cover will go out to right field. Custer moves to left field. It's like Angle in the game at third as well. But night over for Cover. 5 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 hits, 5 walks, 1 strikeout, 86 pitches, 54 strikes, 29 batters. Face now back to Colin with the play-by-play.
It looks like we have a pinch hitter as trainer up to bat now for the Knights, and he will send it over to the first baseman, Gotham, and he sprints his way onto the bag for the out. That advances the runner in Mayfield to third base with 2 outs now to bring up, looks like Levangia still. And Michael Levangia.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out there for Seitz coming in.
Seitz steps back onto the rubber. Wind up and the pitch in the dirt for ball 1 to Levangia. It is 7-1. Bishop O'Connell leads Spring Mills in the bottom of the 6th inning. Runner on third, 2 outs now for the Knights, and it is a dribbler right down the middle of the field by Lavenga into center field, and it'll be an RBI single to make it now 8-1 Bishop O'Connell over Spring Mills. Gonna bring up Powell with 2 outs and a runner on first against Aiden Seitz. First pitch from Seitz to Powell, low for ball 1. Next pitch from Seitz to Powell will be high at eye level, 2-0 count now for Powell. Bishop O'Connell led 3-1 before this inning, has scored 5 runs here in the 6th to make it 8-1 against Spring Mills. Big swing and a miss from Powell against Seitz makes the count now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Yeah, obviously, if you're Seitz here, you want to get out of this inning after this batter and don't give up any more runs. 3 outs to get 7 runs.
And it is ripped by Powell into center field. Sliding is Herndon. Head first, cannot make the catch as the ball rolls all the way to the wall. Rounding second, heading to third is Powell. He rounds third, head home as the throw. Over to the cutoff man was bobbled, so it's going to be an inside the park home run for Powell as Lavenga also scores on it, and it's now 10-1 Bishop O'Connell against Spring Mills. In the bottom of the 6th, the Knights have now hit all the way around the lineup and is 1 run away from a mercy rule win here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Hey guys, is this Matt McNeil?
As it looks like we have a pinch hitter, and it is Matt McNeil in for Roosh. Pitch from Seitz, right down the middle to McNeil. Where's number 32 for Bishop O'Connell for strike 1. Next pitch, big swing and a miss, strike 2. 2 outs, nobody on base for Bishop O'Connell, who has scored 7 runs now here in this bottom of the 6th inning. Next one, grounds it off the home plate in front of him, over to the third base dugout. McNeil keeps the count at 0-2 with that foul ball as Aiden Seitz steps back onto the pitcher's mound. Seitz sets. Wind up in the pitch. A breaking ball outside. Makes the count now 1-2 to Matt McNeil. Seitz kicking the delivery low and inside, makes the count now 2-2 to McNeil.
Yeah, and obviously you need to get out of the inning here and potentially try and put some runs on the board at bottom of the or top of the 7th.
McNeil fouls this pitch off over and out of play behind home plate. Keeps the count at 2-2 to McNeil. Pinch hitter for Roosh after Bishop O'Connell is hit around the lineup in this bottom of the 6th inning. It's 2 outs, nobody on base, and this pitch goes wild all the way to the backstop, makes the count now full at 3-2 as Aiden Seitz gets a new ball, takes a trot around to the pitcher's mound before stepping on the rubber. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, down goes McNeil. The 3rd out finally comes for Spring Mills here in the bottom of the 6th, but not before 7 runs cross the plate. Bishop O'Connell now leads 10-1 over Spring Mills and is 3 outs away from victory. We're back in 60 seconds. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, this is Rob Mario. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call 304-262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda HR-V and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Civic or Accord. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
Welcome back here for the top of the 7th inning in the Mingo Bay Classic game between Spring Mills and Bishop O'Connell. 7 runs across the plate there in the bottom of the 6th for the Knights, who now lead Spring Mills 10-1. And due up for Spring Mills is Custer, Girardin, and then Herndon, the 8-9-1 batters for the Cardinals.
And you're right there. You get those two guys on for Herndon, and you could get some runs on the board here.
Well, they'll need a crooked number, and that number is 9 to tie and 10 to take the lead here before they get 3 outs as we wait for the music here to stop so we can start the 7th inning. Jack Rampy on the mound for Bishop O'Connell. He sets here in this at bat against Custer. The first pitch going to be popped over towards the first base dugout. Seg makes his way over towards the fence as the ball goes out of play for strike 1 against Custer. Rampy sets. Wind up in the pitch. Swing and a miss from Custer makes the count now no balls and 2 strikes.
You're going down 0-2. You've got a battle here to put something in play if you're Custer.
Rampy gets the ball back from his catcher Strom. Wind up in the pitch to Custer. Fouls it off. Keeps the count at no balls and 2 strikes. In the top of the 7th is 10-1 Bishop O'Connell against Spring Mills. As Spring Mills down to its final 3 outs here at Waccamaw High School. Pitch from Rampy. Swing and a miss at the ball in the dirt. Drops in front of Strom, who fires it to Seg at first for the drop 3rd strikeout. Out number 1 of this 7th inning, bring up Girardin. Peyton Girardin 0 for 2 today here for Spring Mills. He flew out to right field in his first at bat in the 2nd inning and grounded to short his 2nd at bat in the 5th. Rampy sets on the mound. The pitch going to be ripped into center field, back tracking it over towards left center at the wall. It bounces. Picking it up is Kijik, and it'll be a stand-up double for Girardin to bring up Herndon for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and you said you got to put up a crooked number of this inning, but you got to build off something. We know we've talked about Spring Mills all season long about how this year they're still kind of building up their team. It's kind of still a rebuilding year, so you can build off these games. They played a solid first 5 innings. There's the last couple innings that have really gotten to them, and if you can drive in a few runs here, maybe it'll help your overall team mentality.
Herndon up to bat now. He is 3 for 3 today. He takes the first pitch for ball 1 against Jack Rampy. Rampy sets, kick, and the delivery. It's going to be a fast chopper over towards second base, and it'll be an out number 2, but advancing to third is Girardin.
Yeah, 90 feet away from putting another run on the board for the Cardinals. is
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 6.
Jordan
Harding.
And we have a pinch hitter now for Spring Mills here with 2 outs, as pinch hitting for Cover, it looks like, is number 6, Aiden Harding. Takes the first pitch low for ball 1. To Harding with 2 outs here for Spring Mills. And a runner on third as they trail 10-1. Pitch, a grounder over to third, off the glove of the third baseman, McDonough, into the outfield, so that error is going to allow a runner to score for Spring Mills. It is now 10-2 here in the 7th.
Yeah, and just put some, morale on this team. They're losing big here, 10-2 now. It's a courtesy runner coming in. Spring Mills be number 2.
This courtesy runner is courtesy of Jason Barrett for State Senate, a conservative fighter for Jefferson and Berkeley counties. Up to bat now is Gotham. 2 outs. It's a 10-2 ball game for Bishop O'Connell against Spring Mills. The first pitch from Rampy outside, ball 1. Runner on first for Spring Mills. It's Carson Gotham, 0 for 3 today. He flew out to short, left, and then struck out swinging as well so far. This pitch from Rampy in the dirt, off the backstop and back to the catcher, and advancing to second is Harding, safely standing up. 2 outs, runner on second now for Spring Mills. Jack Rampy, the pitcher for Bishop O'Connell, sets. The kick and the pitch. It's going to be a liner up towards the second baseman and off his glove. Mayfield with an error now will allow Gotham to stand on first and Harding to advance to third. So back-to-back errors for Bishop O'Connell to bring up Schwanier. Schwanier today, 2 for 3. He had 2 singles and then struck out swinging in his last at bat. Runners on the corners for Spring Mills, and Schwanier rounds this one to second. The shortstop, Powell, tosses it over to Mayfield, who puts his foot on the bag, and that is the end of the game. Bishop O'Connell wins here on day 3 at Waccamaw High School against Spring Mills by a final score of 10-2. We'll now take a 2-minute break and then head to the post-game show. This is the Mingo Bay Classic on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Hi, this is Elaine Mock. I am proud to have served as your county clerk. We are excited to have moved the clerk's office into the 21st century. If you elect me, Elaine Mock, to serve, I will continue verifying, indexing, and cross-referencing documents so we can digitize and preserve them for the future. I am an experienced historian. I have 31 years experience teaching locally. I have 11 years serving on the Berkeley County Council. I am the perfect person for this job. Please vote Elaine Mock for Berkeley County Clerk.
Paid for by Mock for the clerk.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
The game may be over, but don't go away just yet. We've got a complete game recap, analysis, stats, the player of the game, and we'll prepare you for our next broadcast. All on the post-game show. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Cody's Auto Body, Laddie's Bar and Grill, Trips Flooring, The Mortgage Center, Gary Kelly Allstate Insurance, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, the Heffley Motor Company, the Palace Lounge, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, Milestone Realty, And by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers.
So let's return to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Is here as we welcome you back here to Waccamaw High School. Colin McLaughlin here. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis as we get into your Palace Lounge post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge's Facebook page. Final score, Bishop O'Connell 10, Spring Mills 2, as Spring Mills finished with 7 hits, 2 errors. Bishop O'Connell 10 hits, 3 errors, as getting the win will be A.J. Murray, and the loss will go to Tyler Cover of Spring Mills. Spring Mills now falls to 2-16 on the season, as they started off strong. As we get into your game summary, brought to you by the Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. We started off there in the top of the first. It was actually the Spring Mills Cardinals striking first here in the Mingo Bay Classic with an RBI single by Schwanier to score Chase Herndon, but after that it was all Bishop O'Connell. They tied it up in the bottom of the second inning, took the lead in the bottom of the third, extended its lead to 3-1 in the bottom of the fourth, and really the game exploded in the bottom of the sixth inning, where 7 runs crossed the plate for Bishop O'Connell on 6 hits and a walk. That eventually took Tyler Cover out of the game and brought in a relief pitcher, in Aiden Seitz, for the Spring Mills Cardinals. And then in the top of the 7th, Spring Mills tried to get a little bit of a rally going. They were able to get 1 run to cross the plate after an error and everything else there by the third baseman, Bobby McDonough, and that allowed Girardin to score, but it was not enough, as Spring Mills falls to Bishop O'Connell 10-2. Let's now get into your game stats, brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Chase Herndon, 4 at-bats, 1 run, 3 hits, no RBIs. Cover had 3 at-bats, no hits, 2 strikeouts. Harding, 1 at-bat with no hits. Gotham for Spring Mills, 4 at-bats, no hits, 1 strikeout. Schwanier went 2 for 4. He had the 2 hits with an RBI and a strikeout as well. Seitz, 3 at-bats, no hits, 1 strikeout. Compton, 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Everhart went 0 for 3 as well with a strikeout. Custer, 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. And then Girardin had, a hit, later scored in his 3 at-bats. Cover again, 5 and 1 innings pitched, allowed 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned, 5 walks, 1 strikeout. Seitz went 0.2 innings, so 2/3 of an inning, with 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 of them earned, and a strikeout. On the other side for Bishop O'Connell, Murray, who I said got the win, went 4 innings, had 5 hits, 1 run, 1 of them earned, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. And then after him, it was Jack Rampy coming in and getting 3 innings pitched with 2 hits, 1 run, and 3 strikeouts. And that is your game stats. And Spencer, let's now get into your player of the game.
Yeah, and this is kind of a hard one, especially because this is not, we're talking about a team, not an Eastern Panhandle team. But I got to give one to an Eastern Panhandle team member. So I'm going to give it one of them. We're going to do 2, only for the fact that I want to recognize player here for Spring Mills that gave it his all today. That was Chase Hernan, 3 for 4 day, had 1 run. But the other player of the game would be Lavenga, 2 for 3 day, 3 runs, 1 RBI, 1 walk on the day. Those 3 runs helped them get this 10-2 victory.
So there you go. That is your WVU Medicine Player of the Game, brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. So that's going to wrap things up here. And it looks like Spencer wants to say something before we do.
Yeah, I got a thought. I think Spring Mills, we talk about it a lot, the building team, they got a lot to build, obviously, but you build off those first 5 innings of the game where you were able to do a good amount of things, and that last inning, last half of the 7th, top of the 7th inning, where they were able to, manufacture some runs, get some hits there, get some guys on base, whether it be through errors or not, but still, you got some stuff to take and carry over for. And I think that's what they were, when we talked to head coach Brad Barrett on the Sports Mix, a month and a half, 2 months ago now, right before the beginning of the season. I guess it'd be just over a month ago, around March 15th-ish, March 10th-ish, somewhere in that range. He was saying that this is going to be a building year for them, and I think if you look at the 3 games, you see that they got blown out in all 3 games so far. But what you don't see by looking at the stat sheet is they were in those games. Or they were in this game today, really until that 5th, 6th inning.
So final score, Bishop O'Connell 10, Spring Mills 2. We'll hear from Avery Newport in the postgame scoreboard show in a few short moments, but for Nick Verzolini, Spencer Dupuis, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off here from the Mingo Bay Classic in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Until tomorrow, have a good rest of your day.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties. I ask for your support and your vote in the May 10th Republican primary.
Paid for by Friends of Jason Barrett.
Hi, I'm Sally Hardy. I am asking you to re-elect John Hardy to the West Virginia House. John is my husband of 24 years and an amazing dad to our daughters. I am proud of this hardworking man who runs a successful business, gives back to the community, and is our valuable delegate. John Hardy is a man of values with a heart of service, and he cares about moving West Virginia forward. Re-elect my husband, John Hardy. Visit Delegate John Hardy on Facebook.
Paid for by candidate.
Are you considering selling your home and don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams. A Martinsburg High School graduate, Chris knows the local market, and he's proven it as #1 real estate team in West Virginia in 2019. Phone Milestone Real Estate Group at Keller Williams at 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Let's celebrate your real estate milestone together.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch!
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
A Honda is more than just a vehicle. It's a gateway to spring adventure. Start your adventures with Honda, the brand owners are calling the most fun to drive. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 0.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Pilot and a 1.9% APR on a 2022 Ridgeline, CR-V, or Passport. New vehicles are arriving daily at a local Honda dealer.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. 2021 ACSI survey of customers rating the performance of their own automobiles.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Hi, I'm Valerie Ledford. I work in a West Virginia school and understand the real issues our students and staff face. I will advocate for what is right and necessary. Look at where our strengths and weaknesses are and focus on the morale of staff members. Consider me the game changer. Please vote Valerie Ledford for Berkeley County Board of Education. A vote for Valerie is a vote to move Berkeley County forward.
Paid for by candidate.
Life can get in the way these days. We all know that. Work commitments, social commitments, volunteer commitments, family commitments. You put your heart into all of it. You've got enough to worry about already. Your roof shouldn't be one of those things. Everything should just work. But when your roof is in need of an upgrade, you shouldn't have to worry about that either. Modern Renovations, your 4-state roofing solution. Reminding you that home is where the heart really is.
I'm Steve Catlett, candidate for Berkeley County Council. I served 44 years as Executive Director for our Public Parks and Recreation System. I'm a fiscal conservative that knows how to run a tight budget. We need responsible growth and the infrastructure to support it. I support and respect our law enforcement, fire and rescue services, our schools and parks. For honest, proven, effective leadership, vote Steve Catlett for Berkeley County Council. I thank you for your support.
Paid for by Catlett for County Council Committee.
Good afternoon, I guess almost evening now, everybody, here in the Eastern Panhandle from the Talk Radio WRNR studios for the Modern Realty Results post-game scoreboard show brought to you by Modern Realty Results. Larry DeMarco and his experienced team handle each and every transaction with honesty and integrity. Go to modernrealtyresults.com for more. My name is Avery Newport. If you were just watching us there, you saw Bishop O'Connell take down Spring Mills 10-2 in a big win there in the Mingo Bay Classic to conclude our coverage for today, Thursday, April 21st. Tomorrow, we only have one game currently scheduled, and that game is East Rutherford and Hedgesville, the first time that we will have the Eagles so far in the Mingo Bay Classic on WRNR and TV 10. That game is scheduled to start at 12:30 p.m. Once again, East Rutherford and Hedgesville, our only game tomorrow so far from the Mingo Bay Classic. Now, let's get over to some scores from the professional world today. Let's go to the NBA. 3 playoff games in action this evening at 7:30 on TNT. It is Game 3 of the first-round series between the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves. That series is all knotted up at 1 game apiece. That game tips off at 7:30 from Minnesota. At 9 p.m. on NBA TV, the Mavericks will play the Jazz in Utah. Another series all knotted up at 1 game apiece. And then at 10 p.m. on TNT, the Warriors will battle the Nuggets in the mile-high city of Denver. Golden State leads that series 2-0. So those are your 3 NBA games on the docket this evening. Now let's switch gears and move on over to Major League Baseball. A couple of games are already underway so far today. At the top of the 6th inning, the Orioles trailing the Oakland Athletics 4-1 out there in the Bay. At the top of the 5th inning, the Diamondbacks have a 4-2 lead over the Washington Nationals. And if you're listening on radio, folks, we will be switching over to coverage of that game from Nats Park in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. And a couple of games have already finished so far. Some final scores in MLB today. The Guardians win 6-3 over the White Sox, a win over their division rival there. The Tigers shut out the Yankees 3-0. And moving over to the other side of New York, the Mets win 6-2 at home over the San Francisco Giants. The Blue Jays get a 3-2 win on the road, I should say, over an AL East rival, the Boston Red Sox, and a 1-0 win for the Twins on the road against the Kansas City Royals. So those are the games that have already finished so far today. A couple of games have yet to get underway. At 6:40, the Cardinals will battle the Miami Marlins from South Beach. At 7:40, the Pirates will play the Cubs in Chicago. And then at 9:40, the Rangers will battle the Seattle Mariners in another divisional rivalry series there. So those are your scores today on this Thursday in Major League Baseball. Now let's talk about hockey. Lots of games on the scoreboard today in the NHL. At 7 p.m., the Flyers will travel to Montreal to take on the Canadiens. Also at 7 on ESPN Plus and Hulu, you will see the Panthers hosting the Red Wings. At 7 p.m., it's the Sabres on the road in Jersey against the Devils. Also at 7. Most of these games start at 7 here now that I'm looking through the scores. At 7 p.m., the Bruins will play the Penguins in a battle of two of the hottest teams in hockey there. Also at 7, the Jets will travel to Carolina to take on the Canes. At 7:30, it's a battle of the New York teams as the Islanders host the New York Rangers. At 8, another close, this should be a great game here. The Maple Leafs, with 51 wins, are in Tampa to play the Lightning, the two-time defending Cup champions. That game starts at 8 on ESPN. Also at 8 o'clock, the Wild will host the Vancouver Canucks. At 9 p.m., the Calgary Flames are at home against the Dallas Stars. That game is on ESPN+. And at 10:30, a late start here over on the West Coast for the Kings and the Blackhawks game. First puck drop will start at 10:30. And then the Sharks will host the Blues also at 10:30. Lots of games going on in the NHL today, and that will do it for the Modern Realty Results Scoreboard Show from the Talk Radio WRNR studios. My name is Avery Newport. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's broadcasts for the Mingo Bay Classic in South Carolina. Tomorrow we'll have one game on the schedule, East Rutherford and Hedgesville. First pitch for that game is scheduled for 12:30. Pre-game coverage will begin at 12:10. And in just a few moments here, I will switch you over to live coverage of Washington Nationals baseball against the Arizona Diamondbacks on Talk Radio WRNR. Once again, thank you all so much for tuning in to today's broadcast. My name is Avery Newport. Have a pleasant evening, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Mingo Bay Classic baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Looking for some nightlife? Then look no further. Laddie's Bar and Grill has a full bar and kitchen, pool table, and entertainment with great food at affordable prices. You can dine in or carry out by calling us at 304-263-5233. Laddie's is open Monday through Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. and Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 a.m. We serve breakfast all day long, and our lunch and dinner specials are posted every day on our Facebook page. So stop on in to Laddie's Bar and Grill, located at 107 Lutz Avenue in Martinsburg.
Finding the right home can be a tough decision, but finding the right lender doesn't have to be. With 32 years of experience, the Mortgage Center knows how to find the right loan for you that requires little or no money down. The Mortgage Center's mobile-friendly website makes the application process quick and stress-free. And as always, you'll want to get pre-approved before you contact any real estate agent or builder, whether you're purchasing or refinancing. Call the Mortgage Center at 304-267-9040 or visit mortgagefinancing.com today.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, the Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mountaineer Grill and Pub, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, Orsini's Home Store, Kent Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Modern Realty Results, and the Skinner Law Firm.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradio WRNR.com. All rights reserved.